everyone and welcome. Before we do get into this video, make sure you do subscribe if you are not already. Disclaimer here. However you make your build or however you play your build is fine. I am making this guide for people who want to know how to use Tears of the Edenkite, and for people who have not used it, or for people who are trying to get back into using Tears of the Edenkite. When you use the Tears of the Edenkite enchant, your weapon is covered in a sky blue and black aura, and the player also emits some bubbles. The way Tears of the Edenkite enchant works is on flourish or critical, you create 5 bubbles around you that home onto the enemy and deal damage and stunning the enemy hit. The bubbles are parryable and the enchant goes on a 20-second cooldown. Each bubble does do true damage, but it does not scale from the weapon. I would recommend to use medium or light to hit Tears of the Edenkite enchant because heavy criticals aren't that great. Or you could use weapons that have really unique criticals that do lock on to your opponent. Something like Railblade is heavy but has a really good critical, so stuff like that. There's not really a good weapon class of choice here, it's just the weapon that can get the best crit to hit your target. This weapon is really good in PvP, it can catch a lot of people off guard and make your combos just a heck of a lot easier to hit. In PvE it's iffy. It works well against targets that like to feint and parry, something like Squibbo or the boss like Mastero, but it's not necessarily exclusive to those. It does give you that extra little bonus damage to mobs. I don't know if the damage does scale with your damage versus monsters, but it's pretty good in PvP and semi-decent in PvE. Overall, the Tears of the Edenkite enchant is really good in PvP, and if you know how to use it well, you can make it shine pretty decent in PvE, so it's a decent enchant overall. The build suggestions for Tears of the Edenkite enchant would be light dagger builds and medium builds. If you have a good heavy build, you can use it, but this enchant you want to go a weapon that you can land the crit on as well and basically plays to your playstyle. These are one of the enchants that only relies on how you play, because you can proc it on flourish or you can proc it on critical, so it depends on how you play and the weapon that you feel most comfortable to use. For me, I would suggest light builds. I don't know why, I just see light builds you can land criticals more with daggers. Some heavies, like I said, Railblade, and some mediums are really good to land the criticals on for the Tears of the Edenkite enchant, but I don't really see any cheese builds with this. If you do know, let me know in the comment sections below. But that's it for the suggestions. You can obtain this enchant by doing layer 2, using the Deep Shore Fossil, completing H mode, or you can find this enchant on weapons in chests. This has been the Tears of the Edenkite guide. I hope you guys did find this guide useful. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video, and most importantly, subscribe. Now with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.